I've been treading water for some time, picking up the parts of all my life. Didn't get to solve it this time. How am I to break apart? Don't tell me why we can't collide. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Don't you feel it? On the break of dawn, I'll follow you to carry on. On the break of dawn, I'll follow you to carry on. I've been seeing farther in dark skies, bringing me the fire, not for time. Following my heart, can't deny. Show you how I play no part. Ghosts in the night don't justify the love we lost, the love we hide. Don't you feel it? Don't you feel it? On the break of dawn, I follow you to carry on. On the break of dawn, I'll follow you to carry on. Say
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to TeamODZ Live. Monday morning. Everyone's here. We've got Rick, Ufa, and Ian.
Woohoo!
Woo!
Man, I found out that last night when I was getting ready to go to sleep that apparently we're going to a competition this week. I had found
Your
out that we
daughter
were
is going to competition. You're just going to be sitting there looking at her.
I had found out. Well, I found out that there was one already coming up this weekend, but I wasn't supposed to go, and then that plan fell through right as I was falling asleep last night. So then I found out I'm going. So that'll be fun. Our whole plan, Springfield, Massachusetts. So I'll be down in Jerry's neck of the woods, staying in the same town again, right next to Jerry's town. And but yeah, we're gonna just drive down Saturday, get there in time for the competition, stay one night, leave, go to the next competition, then drive home. It's going to be a whirlwind.
You're gonna be out of the woods.
Well, kind of. To western Massachusetts, so there's a lot of woods there too. There it's
Oh, in European predators, Massachusetts is a big high-tech state. Not like Maine.
eastern Massachusetts is. There's some woods that they've designated that will not go anywhere. They're like, these woods will stay untouched, but we will build all around them.
Yeah, that was what it was over here until the first energy crisis.
Yeah. What did it was the Iron Age, right?
But you
Feeding
should see
all of the
Germany.
smelting.
Germany is completely stripped of all wood that can burn after the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So you're saying is Germany's like Haiti?
But it is, I guess the price of wood was low for a long time, so they just left them because it wasn't worth chopping them. And then
Yeah.
with that energy crisis, the price went up, not only
Yeah.
for wood for burning, but also for building. And then all of a sudden there was a reserve that needed to be cut. So this is what they did.
Well, maybe Germany should take over Greenland. I've heard there's lots of green there.
Yeah, not so many trees. There are some, but having a solitude existence in the south.
That's the part we want. We want the part with trees.
You can have it.
I've been meaning to look in more into why we are so excited. Why is this? Are you seeing this? There's a guy just
Hey there, Nick.
going wild right next to me here. Need to
So
get
the
away
reason
from
that we want
Like,
Greenland is it's two reasons: natural resources and proximity to the Northern Passage for shipping. As
yeah.
as the ice floes get thinner and thinner, you're able to push more and more commercial traffic, but also military traffic through there. And so, if I were to
And
say
Ben as well.
Russia and China, that's a good way to get right on North America's doorstep. Kind of in a faster, more obscured way.
It's just funny that all the resources of Greenland has been up for grabs the last 15 years and nobody wants them because they're not economic viable. Only the uranium, but there's a ban on uranium mining, so that's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Do you see my screen right now?
Yeah.
This is, I can't do this. There's a
Yeah.
lot of wagging and blinking. Thanks, Ben. I'm gonna just exit out. Something's not right. I'll restart the whole program. I don't even care.
Yeah, we've got Ben and Nick in the stream chat. Good morning, boys.
Morning, Ben and Nick. So I was playing around a lot this weekend with Notebook LM, some ChatGPT, and Perplexity as well. Dude, Notebook LM is super awesome for anyone who's in classes, like in school.
It's
I built a
just,
computer that's powered completely over Ethernet.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, just plug an Ethernet cord in it, on it comes.
That's pretty cool.
It's just you need to divert schools to learn something different than report writing, because if you automate a case, this is not what you're going to be doing in the future.
Yes, Nick.
Well, Notebook LM doesn't pull anything from the internet. It only pulls from the sources you give it.
Yeah, but
So-
it's still, if you're in school now, this task will not be done by humans once you're out. So you need to learn different
Yeah.
skill set.
No, this is to understand. So what I'm using it for is teaching new officers in my career field, give them a quick primer on the country, my country. So when they come to do their training, they have an understanding of Peru. So I was able to aggregate about 50 different journals, videos, chapters from books, things like that, and it creates a 15-minute podcast. Well, this one was 15 minutes. Sometimes it's more. So podcast, a study guide, frequently asked questions of all the themes that matter for us, so they can actually learn about the country pretty quickly.
Yeah, okay, I see that for information. This
Yeah.
because what you were talking about, people writing their school reports using AI.
Yeah, no, this is actually about learning at a faster pace.
I'm updating. I'm trying to get 3 Zwift bikes updated, Nick, so I can start updating the Tron. And yes, to your question, yes, it's a Raspberry Pi. It's a Pi 3B with a PoE hat on top of it and the official Raspberry Pi touchscreen.
Oh. Maybe I should do. Megan. Megan and I started at the exact same time.
Oh, it's Megan riding.
Band-Aid. Stop it. Yeah, we both started at the same exact time. I popped up right in front of her.
Oh.
And she started pedaling. And I was like, I recognize that. That's an ODZ thing. And sure enough.
I'll finish this route. Ooh, I'll hop over. Still riding? Well, 15.4 watts, Ian, Nick, but yeah. The little 5-volt regulator on the PoE hat is getting a bit toasty. I should probably get a PoE Plus hat. That'd be good for 30 watts.
What are you talking about?
My Power over Ethernet powered computer.
Oh,
What in the world?
I was like, Andy is having a stroke, everybody.
Oh, I'm on the wrong bike.
Nick says we're talking about Nick's FTP, 15 watts.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's a bit more than that right now, Nick. Like
17
20.
and a half.
Oh, come on, I was being generous. Yeah, there'll be a few bike swaps through this ride. I'm going to go up on the mountain bike, down on the handbike. And then if Megan's still riding, Megan and Rick are still riding when I'm done on this route, I'll switch to the Dogma and go and ride with them.
Do you have to completely upgrade a bike, like all 3 upgrades before you do that 3 times before you can upgrade like the new ones, or is it just 1 upgrade per bike?
No, there's 5
That's
upgrades in total
5
for each
upgrades.
bike. And
What was that, Andy? Sorry.
there's 5 upgrades per bike,
Yeah.
5 stages of upgrade.
Yeah.
And
So do you have to upgrade all of them? 3 of those 5 times before you can get the Espada, or?
yes,
Oh,
yeah,
so it's
so-
not just 3 bikes with 1 upgrade each. It's you have to completely upgrade 3 bikes.
correct.
Yeah.
Well, that's just stupid.
Yeah, so for the Dogma, that's a total of 1,600 kilometers. For the TT
So you're
bikes, that's a
riding
total of 40
5,000.
hours.
Yeah. Well, what's got 2 thumbs and won't be paying attention to that challenge? This guy.
Yeah,
I'm within sight. I can see how it's gonna happen because I'm getting pretty close on the SL8, and I've already
5,000
upgraded
kilometers?
the bike.
no, 1,600
Yeah,
kilometers to max
one.
out the SL8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I've been doing.
So it's
like, I did-
5,000 total for all 3 bikes.
Yeah,
Roughly.
I did
Thereabouts.
like 500 kilometers last week, and I've been doing quite a bit of distance lately.
So you could effectively just put it on a replicator for the TT bike doing 1 watt per kilo for 40 hours, and you're good.
Yeah, you could. Or, I mean, that's cheating. But, or you could set up a meetup for yourself and just ride in that. Or
Well, you still got to be moving.
then- well, I mean, but sometimes you stop.
It's a virtual
but
game for kids. You can cheat if you like.
Yeah.
There you go. Ufa said we can. We've got Ufa's
Besides,
blessing.
we've seen the racing here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've decided I'm doing the bike, all the bikes, the way they're supposed to be done, except for the TT bikes. Those are the only ones that I'm like, I'll go ahead and use that little meetup hack. And
Yeah.
as long as once you start pedaling in a meetup, then the time starts. And
Oh, really?
it keeps it going.
Oh, so you don't even have to keep moving. It'll just keep going.
Yeah. Yeah, you just have to get that initial pedal in.
Huh,
And then
good to
you
know.
plug everything, move on. Those TT bikes, I mean, I don't know. I'm never riding anything that I mean, that's the real, except for TTTs. There's just never any reason for me to ride a TT bike. It's usually, it would hinder me.
Besides the fact that it's super
Get
cool.
strapped. Yeah, it looks cool.
And,
That's
and Rick doesn't like being cool.
it. I don't like being cool.
He's too cool to
No.
look cool.
Nice work on the half marathon,
they-
Ben. And yeah, you'd be surprised how many times that happens. Well, you probably won't. But when I did the Oshkosh half marathon and then the full marathon, you know, way before the routes split, they were trying to get people who would be making a turn early on for the shorter loops to get over to one side of the road, and people who were carrying on to the half and full over to the other side of the road, so they all went the right way. But you still got people running on the wrong routes.
It is amazing how that happens.
Yeah,
You know, big signs that say half and full, straight ahead.
yes,
10K,
big
5K,
signs.
Left turn.
It really needs to be worked on.
I mean,
And
to
the
give you an
people who make
example of
mistakes-
just how little attention people have when they're on a run.
Well,
I'm on my first full marathon, and I see
Yeah.
this big sign with colourful letters on it, ANDY, and I'm running up to this sign thinking, "Wow, there's someone come out to support another Andy, great." And I'm pointing at my chest, I'm getting closer to it, saying, I'm an Andy," and then I realised it was my friend holding it. He'd come out to support me. And there next to him was his wife, and sat underneath the sign were his 2 kids cheering me on. They
Yeah,
were there
but
for me.
most of the people that I know who struggle with that following signage are not running at threshold.
Are you trying to say I was?
No, I'm saying you got fixated on a sign, not the people holding it. The people
Right,
who take
yeah.
the wrong turns.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder whether there's a correlation between the fact that they're runners and their cognitive skills, but it's only an idea of that.
No.
Wow.
Well, just be
Yeah.
careful about ice outside this morning. It's
Should have gone to
supposed
Specsavers, Bill. Ben. Bill. Ben. Bob. Bill and Ben. Flop.
roach. But, yeah,
How the heck do I create a meetup?
you're doing a trick. Babe, do you hear me? I've been talking to you this whole time. Okay. It looks like you just did a trick there.
Nice work, Ben. That's
Yeah, of course.
that's something that that kids will remember. My first fall, I had 3 dozen people turn out to support me, and they were just leapfrogging me themselves all the way through the course. So I wasn't running a mile before I was seeing a friendly face that had come out to support me. And you know yourself, that's worth its weight in gold. I had one guy
Man,
come out on his bike, and he rode the course backwards until he found me, and then he biked the rest of the way with me.
I gotta go back to the start screen to do a meetup, don't I?
I think the only way to do it is through the companion app. Can you do it through regular start screen?
How do I do that?
Yeah, if you want to create a meetup, then you've got to invite someone. You
Okay.
can't create a meetup on your own.
Got it. Okay.
Oh, so my eldest daughter's got an account, so I usually invite her when I want to create a meetup.
I'll invite Ruby.
1:50, that's a good time, Ben.
Alright.
My first and only timed half marathon, because I did them, of course, while I was training for the full, but my first and only timed half marathon was 1:45. And that included quite a lengthy stop in the middle when the guy that was running with me had to go potty for a number 2.
It's a common thing.
He
Here
said,
in the runners.
He said, "You carry on, I'll catch you up." I said, "No, it's all right." I was grateful for the rest.
Seems to be a common thing though. Running and pooping go hand in hand.
Yeah, well,
do.
Body,
jiggling all your
body
bits up and
training
down.
for runners, that sounds like a niche.
Oh, is that the runner's high? Weird.
So
Just
the-
have beans the day before, then your digestion will be smooth.
Well, the Oshkosh full marathon, Ben, was half a marathon was on trails. It's basically the full marathon route was basically the half marathon route, but with 6.5 miles out and 6.5 miles back on a trail, where the half marathon route would just run past the trailhead.
That off.
The full marathon went up it and back down it.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a nice route to run. You know, nice packed, really small gravel, sandy gravel to run on. Nice and soft on the knees.
Yeah.
Which I needed. Almost time to bike swap. should, maybe, by the end of this, be able to do an upgrade on the mountain bike. As we get to the top here, turn right, go down the grade, turn around at the bottom, then back up the grade. Time to bike swap. It's like running in the dark, Ben. Biking too. Nice and quiet. Have I not upgraded any bikes yet? Yes. I've got quite a few that the Dogma I'm on level 2. Made that yesterday after the body's injury. Still got a ways to go to get this one upgraded at all. Mountain bike should be first upgrade by the end of this ride as well. Get to the bottom here, switch bikes again.
I guess I should probably use the Pinarello, huh? If I'm instead of the Cadex, because it doesn't really help me set up anything, does it?
Well, there's 2 Pinarello TT bikes.
Yeah. I should probably use one though.
You can only ride the virtual bikes that you own in real life as well.
Well, damn. When you upgrade the bike, does it actually make it better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
And any time or distance or ascent overage that you have before you pay for that upgrade will roll over into the second upgrade.
Nice. Oh, you gotta pay for the upgrade too?
Yep.
What?
I can loan you some drops if you want. I'm down to 53 million.
plenty of drops. I think
Other
that's just
people's
crap.
money.
Yeah, I'll just take out a loan. It's fine.
Yeah, just default on it. After a few years, then you quit.
Right.
Just see that you loan from foreigners and no US citizens.
Does that mean I loan from myself?
Yeah, that would be okay. This is in this Mar-a-Lago plan to exchange all foreign debt paper with 100-year validity debt paper. So, basically defaulting on your debt, but only to foreigners. Imagine what turmoil this will throw the country into.
So Andy, if I upgrade 2 TT bikes and a road bike, that counts for my 3 bikes, right?
For the same brand, yes.
Yeah, sweet. This is gonna make it easy.
So you still have to do 3,200 kilometers without draft. Or what?
No, because I'm using Rick's cheat for the TT bike right now.
Oh, you're cheating. Okay.
I am.
I would have put it past you, Ian.
I'm going native.
Rick is a different issue.
Corruption is okay.
There's nothing wrong with corruption. I've never contested that.
$500 meters of climbing lift. Well, I get my upgrade, first upgrade on this mountain bike. So that's 716 meters.
I got a little bit more than 200 meters to go here.
I'm guessing Megan's not with you anymore, Rick.
No, I'm still talking to her though.
But is she talking to you?
Both. Right now we're talking.
Not
about the
very,
struggle.
not very gentlemanlike to sprint into the sunset.
We're talking about the
He's
struggle.
just going up the road to make sure. He's going up the road to make sure it's safe. That's all.
You have some nice sunsets there in Peru, Ian.
We did.
They always
Yeah,
told
thank
us that when it's so nice here, it's because of the refineries, but if it's overseas, that cannot be true.
Yeah, we're bouncing the trials and tribulations of youth sports, youth travel sports.
Not really
How
a
about the
trial
end
or
of it?
tribulation for me.
No, it isn't.
Thank God my son is a lazy gamer kid.
Hey. Thank God I don't know any of my children. I mean, I guess there could be there. Who knows? I just don't know if there know of any.
Yeah. Speaking about Greenland, one of my friends worked on Greenland. He still works there, but he lived there also. So yeah, he recognized one kid, and he knew that there was another, and then he got a letter, but it turned out to be a third one that he didn't know about.
Oh, jeez. Ah.
Did he leave any in
Right.
Bangor?
That was the guy who went to Bangor. Yeah, so lock your daughter up when he's there.
All right, I gotta go run now. Talk to you guys later.
All right. See ya.
All right.
Cheers, you guys.
Later. No, I just said good morning to Megan. He said, Rick's here too, doing a workout. I said, yeah, we're on Discord. We told him off for dropping you.
Oh, this workout's gonna be, I feel like punishment today. I'm feeling a little tired. I almost quit it and just went for zone 2 today, but then it said push past the fatigue, which I don't even know what fatigue is factoring in, but this is
Whatever it
the
is,
first workout
just
of the
push
week.
it.
Like, how do you know I'm fatigued? This is the first workout of the week. And it's like, yeah, and these are only like 5 hours a week. This is week 2. So I don't even think last week was 5 hours. It was like 3 hours of workouts. I did just about 15 hours. Oop, that was over. Thanks for the ride on, Holly. If Holly is watching. Yeah, I'm not following the. Whew. Yeah, I'm not following the cadence suggestions that they give me on this one today. Just gonna go through it however I feel like. Although I will follow this one and pedal slower.
So you want to join us tomorrow for the race? Now it's an hour early.
I was thinking about it. Can I be in C?
Probably not. We can share the pain.
I just want to join and make moves when I need to. I'll just ride with the group and then smash at the end. I would probably actually, it would be harder than that. I'd be like, wait, I thought this was a C race. Why is my heart rate way up?
So it's only half an hour, so it's not like, yeah, they don't attack all the time, but it's pretty good tempo. But actually last week the A's and the B's were slower than the C's, so go figure.
Yeah. That's weird. I wonder why. Wonder if it's, yeah, huh, I wonder why.
Might have something to do with wax, but I don't know, it's the same.
Yeah, I am gonna like sign up for it, try to warm up. The way I feel this morning, man, I should feel pretty good, I think. Yesterday, I did do a lot of zone 2, but usually zone 2 days kind of bring me back a bit. But, like right now, I don't feel like I have much in my legs. But tomorrow will be a new day. I think I am starting to like, intervals is still showing me as good. That's why I'm still pushing on. I'm not taking this as an easier day, but my watch is kind of telling me that that my body's kind of getting behind in the recovery game.
Recovery. You have to get into shape before you can recover.
Yeah, right now I'm trying to figure out what this heart thing's all about. Like today it's actually doing pretty good. I'm not recovering down as much as I would like right now. I should be, I think, a bit lower. But I am also feeling stressed today because since I
And you
went to
can
bed
make
with the
your
idea,
Raspberry Pi pacemaker, so we fix it for you.
it wasn't perfect for me yesterday or last night to find out that, hey, your entire weekend plans have changed. Right as I was falling asleep. You could see my heart rate was like elevated in my sleep until about 2 in the morning.
Okay.
And then it just dropped right back down into the 40s and stuff. But before that,
Rick
it was
don't like changes.
no, not right before I go to bed. I like to process them and then go to bed. Usually I'm used to something happening and then I can like formulate a solution or a way to adapt. It's like I was looking forward to watching the Duke game this weekend, but instead I'll be in Springfield watching because Grace doesn't compete until 9 o'clock at night.
No, according to Nick yesterday, Rick, you said that you feel better at the end of a workout.
Yes.
So why don't you just pretend that you're at the end of the workout?
Yeah, there you go. That's all you had to do. Oh, cool. It's not telling me what.
Yeah, that's normally a mental game that you see the next 100 meters as the last ones, and on and on and on if you're doing a time trial or something.
So yesterday, Rick said that his was a family stream. Well, this is an even more of a family stream, so I don't know about answering that one.
I don't know what an RJ45 is, but I'm imagining where it's being plunged. Or plugging.
Oh my.
Connector, you probably know it when you
Plug,
see it.
not plunge. It looks like plunge with the extra U. There, looks like an N.
Yeah, there's absolutely no way on this earth you have not handled an RJ45.
Oh, I'm sure I have. I probably have a different name for it, though.
Left nostril, obviously. There you go.
I think I'm
Our
happy with
audio
the
system is RJ45 on my amateur radio station. So I have an old manual Ethernet switch to guide the audio to the set that it needs to go.
Yeah, my switch is layer 3 capable, EIGRP neighboured between my router. Multiple VLANs.
Yeah, but this is a real switch, a manual switch, nothing active about it.
Power over Ethernet too.
I have sort of power over Ethernet because Icon puts out a positive voltage on the mic, so
Luckily, these are light over-unders, but still. All over-unders are horrible. Yeah, not much kicking these legs today to get my cadence back up. My nerd.
there should be a TSS multiplier for being out of the saddle for 1 hour 10.
For some reason, I don't do well when I'm told when to have lunch. I have listened to suggestions before, but I've never done well with now's lunchtime. I've actually left jobs because of that. Where it's like, your lunchtime will be this time. And I'm like, ooh, wish I would have known that before we went through all this.
I'm 200% with you on that one.
If I'm told when my lunch hour is going to be, then that means it doesn't give me freedom of work. And if I don't have freedom of work, because sometimes I eat lunch at 2 o'clock. Other times I do it at 11:30. But it all depends on what I have to do, how busy I am.
I would be fasting in the morning and riding into work, so 20 miles. And then these bloody Mediterranean types, they want to have lunch at 2 o'clock. That's not on.
I'm also a habitual line stepper. If I'm given rules at work, I will step over them. And somehow I'll make it cute though, so that everybody laughs about it. But then eventually, like, someone in charge has to be like, hey, could you not? So that's why it's good I built my job that I have now. And it does give me the utmost freedom.
Everybody's terrified of him, including the boss, so that's why he's still there.
If I was around in 1774, I might have thrown tea into the harbor. Or was that 73? I think it was
I'm sure you would. I'm sure you would.
But who would have known if it would have stopped there?
Teach the bloody British.
Like, did you see that splash? Hold on. I want to go find something bigger. Did you ever play the throw the rock into the lake game? It always starts with one person throwing a rock. A little rock. Before you know it, boulders are being rolled off the side. Here, hold on. Grab the other side of this thing. Let's throw it out there.
You need to try it with a lump of sodium.
But I mean, we took the hit for your independence because only like 25 years later, the dude with the blind eye, he went into the harbor of Copenhagen. And they would not have had that capacity if they still had the colonies.
Yeah.
Freedom comes at a price, but just make sure that it's not your paying the price.
Yeah, somebody else's price.
Exactly.
Freedom comes at a cost. Pass the bill on. The Dutch colonies essentially still are alive and well in Pennsylvania though. Except they're not colonies.
Being attacking Denmark, which used to rule the British Isles, or at least the most important part of it. That's just, it's lack of respect in my opinion.
Oh, you're talking about, okay, yeah.
I mean, if we would have had the main forests, we could have rebuilt the fleet right away, but they calculated that it would take 400 years of oak growth to rebuild the navy after the British took the land.
Yeah. Yeah, considering it was a very long-term relationship. I think Britain started to maybe get a little excited about becoming the modern Roman Empire. That never works well. That always goes south.
Well, I don't know. I think if you on the balance, Britain is probably better off for having it imperial past than not having it, for sure. The language you are speaking at the moment tells tales.
Yeah. I guess.
They've also managed to put, I mean, it's a little bit like the Italian. Everybody likes the British, and nobody knows why they like them.
It's all because of the accent.
Because I'm lovable.
Yeah, that's true. That's part of it.
It's all because of the accent and how unaffected they are.
Yeah,
You can tell them anything and they'll just look at you and then go cry by
yeah,
themselves.
but I mean, they have this understated statement, kind of dead face. You never know what they really meant when they say something.
And then there's that, yeah. Canadians are that way too. And Canadians are ultra lovable. But I don't know, I feel like the whole British thing is, it's a fine balance, because while I find the accent and the personalities lovable, there's also some that can come across as a bit too posh. And
That's
then
what
they
the
rub
rest
you
of the
wrong.
US. That is what the rest of the US says about New England. So
I don't know about that. Maybe Cape Cod in the summer, and Connecticut. Ugh. Connecticut isn't even New England.
Pennsylvania.
Better go
So, yeah,
climb a
it's actually
tower,
a lot.
Nick, and push it back up then if the sky's falling.
I was watching some reels based upon New England stuff, and it is funny because they'll like use different characters to represent each state. Of course, Maine is always like the lumberjack rough type. It's always wearing boots and very like utilitarian workwear, and is always just strong but not you know, over imposing. And then Massachusetts is in your face and ready to party, and then New Hampshire is always wearing pajama pants. And then Vermont is always tie-dyed and all that. And then Connecticut is like, what? It snowed? Ooh, I'm not going out there. I think I'm more Connecticut. Connecticut is New York light, pretty much. And not even upstate.
I mean, it's difficult for Europeans to assign character traits to every state in the US. This is going to be a long story then. We tend to group them.
It's funny because New England, within New England, we all like, it's a constant, like you drive, if anyone from New England drives into your state, does anything wrong, come on, you know. It's always like mash hole, or, 'cause that is the term that everybody in New England uses for Massachusetts drivers. And then, you know, it's always like, you get treated rudely. But then if we leave New England, oh man, it could be like, where are you from? I'm from Maine.
Yeah, that is so recognizable. That's so recognizable.
There's boring inside of New England, but nothing but solidarity outside of it.
Okay, I reached the top for the least as far as I'm gonna go. So see you tomorrow.
Right,
The race.
Yeah.
The
Fun.
races.
That distracted me through this first interval. Thanks. See you for. That just sounded like Wags. I had an R there. Oh man, 2 minutes rest though. What is that all about? Kind of workouts are just nice to drown out, not pay attention to what cadence they want, and just pedal. That's why I like ERG. That's the only reason why. Man, somehow yesterday though, my stress score was in the high 40s. And it was not, I didn't think I had a busy day. I did some laying down, watched some shows. But I definitely felt like this weekend my body's recovering from Friday and Saturday's ride. But I'm pushing on. I don't know how many days I'll miss this weekend. I would imagine I'm going to be able to ride on Saturday if I get up early. And Monday is questionable though. I don't know what time I get back. Might be a good zone 2 day. Try that on for size. Oh wow, I already completed a lap. That was pretty good. All that conversation really helped. I don't even know what we talked about.
Like I said yesterday, misery loves company.
Yeah, it sure does help. So is this a last minute travel thing that's going on this week?
Kind of. Yeah, Nick says high 40s would be wonderful. And the stress figure is usually 50s. We're talking about stress figures, Nick, not age.
Yeah, last week it was crazy. I was like, my fatigue still stayed pretty high. Like my body should have been still recovering. It felt like it was. But man, my stress numbers every day were in the 20s and my heart rate was so low. Today it's kind of balancing out, but I'm almost feeling like it's more fatigue because it isn't, I don't know, my heart rate isn't just dropping like it normally would. 140 is still pretty high. I'm only in my power to heart rate range when I'm actually in a higher zone. I'm not doing 75 RPM. I'm going to save my knees for the week. Thank you very much. Get what they're trying to do, but I'm not down.
No more bike swap.
Yeah. Well, there we go, Nick. We're in the same boat. Well, our bodies are struggling to keep up right now. Hoping to turn the tide one of these days here. That's always nice. So I'm really hoping to make it through this week without having to reduce too much so that I can reduce this weekend. And then just travel like crazy through Massachusetts of all places. That doesn't bring the heart rate down. But at least I get to drive the Ford, which is, man, that Ford Edge is so cozy. there's something about it, just like, it's a great feeling vehicle. Small enough that you still get pretty good gas mileage, but big enough that you're just kind of sitting up. So comfortable. Has all
What
the
did you have
lumbar
on yesterday that I said it was the equivalent to duck step?
I go meow.
Yeah, that was it. Duck step's on now.
I go meow. I go meow. Go meow. Go meow.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
I'm going to
I am.
apologise for this, viewers.
Look away. Look away.
I don't think I've ever seen my my body battery in the 70s, at least for the past couple of months, Nick. It's I don't know, if I start at 50 in the day, then I'm lucky.
I do wish I was getting HRV and body battery readings. Because, I mean, I wouldn't.
No,
care
you
if it
don't.
weren't for the fact that everybody else gets.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, that's true. More metrics. I'd probably have one more thing yelling at me today about going easy.
I'd have to hack
I mean,
your
so
watch
far.
to say, aren't you supposed to be adjusting your saddle today? Your body battery's low.
So far, Garmin is telling me that, I mean, today, his workout might be a bit much. Maybe. But, like right now, what I'm essentially trying to do is keep that load graph just as straight as I can. So every day I look at how much it dropped, and then I make up for that. And I think by the end of this week, it should be about 3 weeks that's been relatively straight.
Yeah,
And then I
I've
can
got a
drop down to-
760 odd meters now. Still got another 200 meters of climbing to go. We'll unlock the first stage of the upgrades on this bike. Might do a hill repeat on the radio tower. We'll see when we get to the top.
Whew. Yeah, today's workout, I have no zone 2 afterwards. No need.
Need.
In fact, now I'm thinking too, I could have just skipped the zone 2 on Friday after my workout.
Yeah, that's why, Nick. You've got to adjust your saddle. Ask Rick how. He's an expert.
All I know is it always needs to be different than it is. And it's always perfect right afterwards. Until it isn't. One thing I've figured out about this too, though, is for the most part I've found a good saddle adjustment area, but it's mostly the balance of my trainer that gets me now. But every day I'm mindful to pop the legs out all the way until I finally build the well, words, they're not coming, but put wood on here to keep the feet in place. How about that? I did tell you that if you caught up to me, I could tell you. Oh, wow. These workouts are, it's over-unders. Even when they're light like this, it's just such a slog.
Fill a bottle before I go up here.
Whew.
Hello. Yeah, that's behind me. Hammered it up to the epic KOM, so. And here he goes. Oh, what's a kilo? He's going to catch me. And it's time. Oh, I've got 3 minutes before I can take a coffee stop. I was just thinking I could take a coffee stop on him. Oh well. I'll have to wait for the next person. No. Nick's a very sensitive person, Rick.
Yes. I'm sorry, Nick. I should have gone faster so that you couldn't see. Although it is a great feeling when everybody stops with you. I had that last year on the... Oh wow, there's Megan.
Why is the guy behind me doing 3.7 watts a kilo, yet I'm leaving him behind? There's a radio tower gravel as well, and I'm getting some kind of benefit on the mountain bike. Oh no, he's catching me. 1 minute 52. Try and keep him behind me so that I can coffee stop.
Yeah, last year I did this 100-mile cancer ride, and we had a good front group for, you know, maybe like the first almost half of it. And at one point I got a puncture, and so I was just like, I didn't tell anybody. I was in the back at that point. We were taking turns in the pace line, so I just fell off the back. One of them realized, and they all stopped for me. And like, these weren't even, I had a couple like kind of friendly acquaintances in the group, but none of them were like friends that I did the ride with. But they all like stopped and came back. I was like, wow, this is really nice, guys. Because there was a few of them in the group that were definitely out to do it as fast as possible. And we did go pretty fast. That was my first. It was somewhere around 4 hours for that one. It was crazy. We were cruising.
In about 60 meters time, I should get a message. Or 70 meters, I should get a message to say that I've got 50 meters of climbing left. My math is right. It really is, but
I feel like the ones that had intentions of finishing fast, though, they knew that. I think they could tell that I might have been the guy that they wanted to keep in the group if we were going to finish fast in the last bits of it, because by the end of it, it was only 3 of us out of a huge group that could keep up. And then one of them turned it into a race to the end. I think there was at like 10K left. That was horrible. My legs were so shot, but I did stay relatively on his wheel, not necessarily in his draft. A little further back, but I was right there. So technically I came in second place in the social group ride, or in the charity group ride.
Come on, someone catch me up. I need a coffee stop for my bottles.
It's even one of those rides too where you don't even get a medal at the end, like a participation medal. It's that charity. So charity that they were like, let's not buy medals.
You can print yours out by printing the picture off the website. We'll even create an STL file so you can 3D print one if you want.
Hey,
yes,
work.
I need that. Thanks for dropping the hydrate. We'll get it on the descent.
Wow, my legs are ready for the next rest. This one's definitely getting the legs. Yeah, it's perfect though. This is totally what my legs need.
2 more meters and I should have about 100 meters left.
The last race that I was dropped in on the volcano, my legs were what gave out on me. My heart rate was high too, but my legs were the main thing. Went. So this is good because of not doing these workouts all winter.
So right on, Harry.
Wow. Definitely feel tired today. Rainy day.
Thank you for the ride on me. Can't see without stopping. Ooh. Yeah, he's catching me up again. I'm going to let him catch me. Get me to the top. Here he comes.
Ah. Horrible. I'm doing horrible. Halfway point. This is a point where you don't ask me that. So I don't want to think about it. Halfway point is not the time to ask me how I'm doing.
There we go. You can take me to the top, dude. Look out. Best person to coffee stop on because he's not going to stop.
Oh, wow. Sixty, 70 RPM for the whole interval. No.
have about 50
Maybe.
meters of
Maybe.
climbing left now. That was helping. I don't know how he dropped me, but he dropped me. Yeah, I know, Nick. I don't know how I got dropped there.
60
Huh.
to 70.
I'm going to fall short here.
70 works. I feel like my leg strength is not an issue. I'm doing fine with that. More my ability to flush the lactic acid.
I got my bottle filled. It doesn't matter.
Thanks, Nurse.
All right, let's take a look, see how much distance we need. I need 20 meters. All right.
Did you say 20 meters?
I need 20 more meters of climbing, yes.
Oh, climbing. Oh, wow. Yeah, it is almost time for me to start working on my climbing bike. I actually had a plan today to climb on this workout. I don't know why I didn't. Would have worked out well for these low cadence ones. Sometimes I have to be seeing that I'm going up. Have these feel like they make sense.
I don't know whether to. Yeah, I'll do a U-turn. Been a long time since I've been up the radio tower.
Whew.
All right, let's go and get these 20 meters. Then we'll go down on the hand bike. The ride on done. Ten meters. Anytime now. There we go. I guess we've got to keep going to U-turn, haven't we? Come on, U-turn. I can't U-turn.
No, your turn.
We're not going fast enough or something. Randy's on Tempest Fujit. Well, fudge. I want to let me U-turn. There we go, it's finally turning. Wow. I didn't do anything then. Good, that's the direction I want to go. Get some distance in on this now. I wonder if you can super tuck on the handbike.
I think you are super tucked.
Not having a speed issue now, Nick. For sure. This is the route I Everested. 14.5 times up here, including the radio tower. Yeah, how much climbing I need to do now. What the next stage of climbing is on the mountain bike. Yeah, that was a fun day, Nick. Definitely something I'd recommend for everyone to try. Get a lot of XP for it. Almost down. Stop here and that'll do.
Definitely keep my cadence up on the next one.
Oh, it's fun, Nick. You need to try it. Alrighty, let's see what we need to do. So I need 77 kilometers here. What do I need for the mountain bike in the next stage? 1250. Alright. I'm going to stay on the hand bike and see if Megan's still riding. All right, Nick. You too, my friend.
See you, Nick. Have a good one. Again. I don't want to change positions on the bike. Throughout the interval, you can't make me do it. I won't do it. What is this, 15 minutes? And then I'll be done. Easy peasy. Oh, hey, Barty. Don't say bye.
Hey, what's your buddy?
Say hi. Can't just say bye.
No, he was saying bye to Nick. I'm sure.
Oh, okay, good. Hey, Mom.
Morning.
What's your email?
How are y'all today?
All right. Good now that I'm in the last interval. I was not feeling it when I started.
Yeah. I've done that way more times than I can count.
Ooh. I will not go to the drops. I will do whatever I want. Ah, the sounds of silence is such a great song.
There's Yamel. We're going really easy here, Yamel. Just riding with Megan. You'd be right on though. Oh no, no double deckers. Oh, Twix is a good substitute though, Nick.
In the vendor. Oh, I didn't have that yet. Okay.
My two favourite chocolate bars from the UK there, Nick. A double decker and a Star bar. Yes. So there's a couple of stores here that import goodies like that. There's World Market and there's Woodman's. Woodman's quite often has Lion bars, Whispers, Yorkies, things like that. But World Market, they have Curly Whirlies and Fudge and Star bars. And now, all this talk, I'm going to have to go there. Right, Megan's got 3 minutes left. You could probably get up and walk at this speed, Jamel.
Yeah. At least I don't get dropped while I'm not paying attention.
Oh, nice. Hey, you guys are meeting up soon, aren't you?
Ooh. Apple pie. I could do a bit of that.
I learned from Barty that apparently the apple pie isn't so American. It's actually Dutch in origin.
There we go. We just saw the insides of Megan.
Oh my. I thought this was a family show. Family stream. Come on, it's turning into
Oh,
trouble.
look, I am dropping.
Yeah, going to be done in a couple of minutes. I don't know. I'll ride the 40k. I'm at 34.4 now. Megan's
Excuse me?
Megan's done in a minute. Yeah, she's done.
Whew. Wow, something started to hurt.
I just said 7-3 to Megan in regards to the fam, but autocorrect changed it to fan. So I like Megan's fans apparently. All right, I'm gonna ride a little bit faster. Another 5k. I'm sure, buddy. Yeah.
Oh, you didn't say Dutch origin. Ah, yes. Well, I'd say Dutch origin then. I wouldn't be surprised though if it was.
Yeah, I guess it's perspective.
Right over.
So from Rick's perspective,
It was probably brought to the U.S. by the Dutch, and then of course we turned it into as American as apple pie. Not that American at all, no. What? Drop out there for a second. Last one. Oh, last one's always very nice. Unless if it's VO2. Still kind of nice though on VO2. No, it's almost over. Is America really America? Or is anything really American? I think we've developed enough things that are very much American.
We've long past the years of not being the they should be.
We've spread obesity all over the world.
In the war.
With our comfort food. We'll take any country's comfort food and make it even more comfortable. We don't care. Well, we invent our own sports, and then we make our teams world champs. What's wrong with that?
Cyclocross is coming to the Olympics for the first time ever.
What's this? Cyclocross, you say?
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. Surprise. Breakdancing made it to the Olympics before cyclocross.
And got kicked out before cyclocross made it in.
So many people watching just to see what it was going to be all about, and they're like, okay, I don't know what's going on here.
Stupid.
How do we score this? Oh, wow. So good. I would like it, though, if they just gave me 140 to cool down at instead of a ramp down, but I'll take it, whatever. How do you go back to baking, Barty? Isn't baking, or is the whole thing baking? So I always consider baking the moment you throw it in the oven and you go throw on something to watch until the timer goes bing or beep beep or whatever sound. For all I know, European timers go wee woo wee woo. I don't know. Why is it? Why are European sounds so much different than American ones? American sirens like to go woo, and we don't go.
Nick says ding. Ding, fries are done.
Okay, just ding. I remember timers used to do that. Now they just do the digital beep all the time. I guess those are a little easier to hear than the ding when you got the TV going in the other room. Whoa, what's this chicken? There's not enough. I think you left out a vowel. Ding, ding. Ding, 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 or did you just add an M? Okay, all right. Yeah, there we go. I didn't think of that part. Instead of you didn't add enough vowels, you just added an extra consonant. Okay. Hey, you know. Ooh, this is where I go. Nice. Could you see that the other day when we were riding together? Every time I'd get next to you, I would wave and go, nice.
I didn't know that you were playing with that.
Man, that ride took a lot out of me.
I should see what I've got for meetings today.
Which I don't know if it was as much that ride taking a lot out of me or the ride the day before as well as that ride taking a lot out of me. But
No.
A fun one to start the day.
Heck yeah. At least you have happiness with the friends before the meeting starts.
What was that?
At least you have happiness with the friends before the meeting starts.
Oh, yes.
Well, my stress points were pretty much right on track. I mean, that's a good way, right? To tell if you're at the right FTP for a workout is when it has its recommended stress points. If you end up hitting that number, then you know you're on track.
Sounds about right.
Well, my
Yeah,
meeting
makes
this
sense.
morning, my first meeting this morning, is to talk about some upgrades to a network which was designed by a vendor, doesn't adhere to any of our standards, and they just did things because you can, and it sounded good. And it's been a real pain of a network.
Hey, Randy. Thanks for rating.
Hey, Randy. Thank you for
I wanted to be
pointing
more
that out.
excited, but I realized I had pulled the microphone close
No,
before I got real excited.
that's a nice welcome. Yeah. I'm just about to pull the stream down, but you're streaming, Yamel?
Yes.
All right, we will hand people over to Yamel. So, I've been up hills, down descents, only some upgrades on different bikes.
Isn't today usually a day off for you, Randy? Did I sound all suave and cool? I know I sound suave and cool whenever I do that, and I'm going to do it all the time. I'm just going to keep the microphone right here at all times and speak real softly to everybody.
So if I raid Yamel now, that means that he's not getting second-hand viewers, he's getting third-hand viewers. Because Randy raided us.
Isn't that what we all do on Zwitch? We just pass around viewers.
The way you see Rick is if he decides to co-stream or if he decides to stream.
All right.
Well, my problem is, apparently if I open Discord and then run OBS, then OBS is like, nope, you can't stream now. You've lost the encoders or whatever the heck it's called.
Yeah.
Very annoying. So then I have to restart the whole computer.
All right, to those on Twitch, we're going to go and raid Yamel. To those on Facebook and YouTube, we'll pull you down shortly, but we'll start the raid process first. Incoming, Yamel.
Oh, yeah, start noodle.
Here's yours.
Bye now.
There we go. Rick got it in.
He did.
To Facebook and YouTube's, thank you very much for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow. Take care. Bye for now.
I've been treading water for some time, picking up the parts of all my life. Didn't get to solve it this time. How am I to break apart?